right, welcome back to Top 5 Vinyl, where we show love to vinyl owners. Today I'm here with Kel Arroyo. How's it going, sir?
Good, good. Honored to be here.
Appreciate that. Appreciate that. And most times I find people on different social media, but I found you on one that I've been using recently also, Blue Sky.
Yes, sir.
Can you let the people know what your handle is on Blue Sky and how I can find you?
Yes, on Blue Sky, my handle is LEKDROL at Blue Sky. That
Nice.
is Lord Kel spelled backwards. A lot of people know me as Lord Kel, but we're just going by Kel today.
Nice, nice. And I put that in the bottom of the screen so people can find you.
Thank you, thank
Oh yeah. And before we officially get started, I want everybody to like the channel, subscribe, all that fun stuff you guys got to do in YouTube land out there. With that being said, Kel, let's hit the rewind button. Did you grow up with a record player in the house?
you. Yes, sir. My mom was a big fan of music and grew up on a little bit of everything. She was mainly into like what you would think of as adult contemporary in the
Mm,
80s.
mm.
So I know my Richard Marx and my Michael Bolton really well. But seriously, I mean, she listened to a little bit of everything, and I knew the classics.
Mm.
We listened to Motown and the Beatles growing up, as well as whatever was current at the time, which was everything from Lionel Richie to uh, Spandau Ballet or something.
Mm, mm. And growing up, was the record player on or off limits for you? Could you touch it or no?
Yeah, I could touch it. That was
Okay.
weird. My mom
Okay.
played 45s, so
Mm.
uh, I had to change the records quite a bit.
Huh, right. Okay. In all your travels, have you found like a favorite record store you like going to or have visited?
Well, I'm in the Cleveland area,
Okay.
uh, so Vinyl Groove in Cleveland is probably my favorite.
Mm,
But I've been to some of the nice ones. Been to Electric Fetus in Minneapolis, which is really nice, and it's Prince's favorite record store. So
mm, mm, mm.
that gives it way more credibility, And
Okay.
but around Cleveland, there is lots of record stores in Akron, Square Records, and around here, there's also a small chain called just the Exchange, which is closest to my house. I get a lot of records there.
Mm, mm. And okay, and in any trip to any record store, what's the most amount of vinyl you walked out with at one time?
Probably about 20 records,
Okay, it's a nice chunk.
especially yeah, yeah. Back in the day in the 90s when records didn't cost $50 each, you
Right.
can buy them for a quarter. And I still have records that still have that 25-cent
Mm,
sticker on them.
mm,
Uh,
mm.
when I really got into record collecting, one of the reasons I did is because I could before you could just download everything on Napster or stream it. The best way to like hear classic albums is to go to the record exchange, buy your albums for a quarter, and hey, if I liked them, cool. And if I didn't, I was only out a quarter.
Right, right.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you remember the first vinyl that you ever bought with your own money?
Um, Not with my own money, but what really sparked my record collecting was a friend of mine gave me a copy, an original 1966 press or 65 press of the Beatles' Rubber Soul.
Mm,
And that was kind of like the boom, hey, I could get cheap records and listen to all these classic albums. And I still have that record and it plays. It's scratched up, but it plays fine.
mm.
And that's kind of what's where my record collecting started.
Okay, okay. And let me ask you this: have you bought the same record twice for any reason?
Yes. Couple reasons. Some of my favorite bands, I will buy different presses of their albums, like Bob Marley.
Mm,
I've got Jamaican presses of some
mm,
of his stuff, and I have the updated presses, which I'll talk about when we get into
mm.
the top five. Also, there has been times before I got into Discogs where I went and say, "Hey, I like this album, I'll buy it," and then get home and be like, "Oh, I like this so much, I already had it."
Right. That happens. I get it. All right,
Yeah.
and let me ask you this one. What vinyl do you not own that you're dying to get your hands on?
Oh, something I really would like to have, probably Prince, the Love Symbol.
Mm,
That's right off the top of my head. That's probably the one I'm thinking of right now. It's supposed to be reissued. It hasn't come out yet. I've actually been looking for bootleg copies because I want it so bad. It's one of my favorite Prince albums.
mm, mm,
Uh, Maybe Tori Amos at the Choir Girl Hotel, which I learned that they lost the master tapes too, so it
Mm,
getting reissued is not gonna. They're gonna have to completely rebuild it. So, uh, yeah,
mm.
those are ones I'm looking to pay more than I'd like to
Right,
for.
right. I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, cool. And with that being said, Kel, this is top five vinyl. Can you share the number five? What is the fifth album that you have in front of you right now?
Okay. So I have this weird thing with my top five that actually has 7 albums in it. I'm not going to show you seven, but uh, I'll explain what that means in a minute. But anyways,
Okay.
this is not it. This is not it. This is number five or number three for people paying attention. Ozomatli's debut album came out in '98,
Mm,
and I saw these guys open for Santana in '99, right before Supernatural came out.
mm,
Uh, discovered uh, they're the kind of music. It's like a Latin, soul, funk, hip hop. Members of Jurassic 5 were originally members of in the on the first album, Charlie Tuna and Cut Chemist.
mm,
And in the around 97, not 97, 2007, I went on eBay and found this on vinyl and paid the ungodly amount of $40 for it, which at the time, I mean, now you would look $40. Did you have a coupon? But back then, that was an insane amount
mm,
money to pay for a record.
mm,
And been in my collection ever since.
mm.
Uh, my top five is not just my top five vinyl. This is my top five favorite albums of all time. And
Nice.
bam, saw these guys. I've seen them actually for the eighth time. I just saw them at Kent State
Mm,
2 weeks ago,
mm,
my birth week. I go to a lot of concerts and do a lot of stuff during my birthday month, and
mm,
saw them, and they sound as good as they did back in the
mm.
'90s.
That's awesome. Is there any artwork on the back of that thing?
Yes, sir. The band walking up and
Mm,
the, the names of the songs. At
gotcha.
this time, back here, they did not sing in English. They sang in Spanish only, and
Mm,
Charlie Tuna rapped in English.
mm,
His vocals, sometimes when he had a song, was a good thing because it kind of summed up what the song was about. So if you didn't speak
mm.
Spanish, you still knew what the songs were about.
Right, right. All right, cool. That's your number five.
My
Let's go
number
ahead and
five.
take a look at your number four.
Number four is the Refreshments, Fizzy, Fuzzy, Big and Buzzy. This came out in '96. And a friend of mine, we were riding around in his car and he had a tape and we just kept playing it over. And I said, I really like this album. And
Mm,
uh, it's a weird one. This band has broke up after their second album, but they reassembled as Roger Klein and the Peacemakers, and they're still around and they still make great music.
mm,
Um, most people might know this album from the song Bandidos, which was a hit on MTV in 120 minutes. The stupid people song. People will know it as everybody knows the world is full of stupid people. They know that
mm,
line and
mm,
everybody remembers that. And people they may not realize that there's a song, it's not on this album, but this group has a song everybody knows. It's the King of the Hills, the King of the Hill theme
mm,
is actually by them. So,
mm,
they're still collecting dollars from that.
mm.
Here's the
Interesting.
back. And
Nice, nice.
they're Arizona. If someone knows the Gin Blossoms, they have a similar sound to that. They're from Tempe, Arizona.
Mm,
And, just an excellent album. It's funny, it's depressing at times,
mm.
and it's it's just what I love.
All right, cool. That's your number four. Let's go ahead and take a look at your number three.
All right, number three. Now I should point out I said that I have seven albums in my top five. The reason is because my top three are really tied for number one.
Mm,
All these albums, I'm gonna put them in the order that I discovered them in, but it's really just I love them all on the same plane. And number three here is the Dave Matthews Band's
mm,
uh, major label debut, Under the Table of Dreaming. Um, when they came out, they were very
mm,
unique. You didn't see a violinist in many bands on MTV
mm, mm,
and saxophones.
mm,
People
mm,
kind of clown the Dave Matthews Band, unfortunately. I thought by now people would rediscover them and go, hey, the jazziness of their music and the philosophical lyrics, they would
mm,
be into them. It hasn't really happened yet. See a little bit on YouTube, people rediscovering them, but hasn't come yet really.
mm, mm.
But
Yeah.
Yeah, this was when they finally repressed it in 2014. It was the first time it was ever on vinyl, and this is that press. So,
Mm, mm. Okay.
I saw these guys in '96.
Okay.
Was like the fourth concert I'd ever gone to,
Hmm.
and that was a life-changing concert for me. And I'd heard the album and I'd liked it, but I didn't think much of it. And then I saw them in concert, and I went back to the album and really just really listened to the lyrics and songs
Mm,
like "Dancing Nancy's" and Warehouse are just they're deep
mm.
and I dig it. So
Where was the
that's number.
concert at?
The concert was at the Gund Arena in Cleveland,
Okay.
and it's now called Rocket Mortgage. Actually, I don't even know if it's called that anymore, but
Mm,
I've seen way many concerts there. And in fact, planning to go see Shaka Khan there
mm.
later next month. So
Okay.
we'll see.
Nice, nice. All right, cool. That's your number three. Let's
Yeah.
go ahead and take a look at your number two.
Number two is Bob Marley and the Wailers,
Mm,
legend.
mm,
Um, Bob Marley is what I would consider my favorite artist. I have everything by Bob Marley. At
mm,
this point, I'm just looking for the rarest stuff because I have all the easy stuff to find.
mm, mm,
Legend, a rare thing that I put greatest hits in my top five, but it's the
mm,
album that I learned about Bob Marley from.
mm,
And this is something my mom had listened to back in the '90s, and it really sparked my interest in reggae music. And
mm,
I listen to a lot of roots reggae, even dance hall, a little bit of everything. And I mean, this is a lot of people's doorway into Jamaican music, and
mm,
you really can't go wrong with it. I understand that this album is was made to highlight his love songs because his political music might have turned people off,
mm,
and so they lean heavily into the love songs and stuff, causing it to be, I think it's the 15th biggest selling album of all time.
mm,
This album alone has sold more copies than his whole catalog,
mm,
and it's the biggest selling reggae album of all time.
mm, mm,
The funny thing about this album is that when they first pressed the US pressing, they put remixes on there. They didn't really advertise them, but they were dance remixes of some of the songs. And like Buffalo Soldier is a dance remix. It's
mm,
really the only one that's like drastically different.
mm.
So when I grew up listening to Bob Marley, that's the version I heard. And then when I heard the actual album version, I was like, whoa, this is completely different.
Right, right.
Um, this copy here is one of those original US copies that has the remixes on it though.
Mm,
Um, and they're not as good as the real version, but whatever. I had
right.
to sell records.
Understood.
Yeah.
All right, cool. For the grand finale, what do we have for number one?
Grand finale is Public Enemy,
Mm,
Apocalypse 91.
mm,
Most people think when they think of Public Enemy, they think of Nation of Millions, and that is well deserved. However, for me, my age, Apocalypse 91 was really the album I discovered him on. I knew Fight the Power and Welcome to the Terror Dome 911 is a joke, but when I was at the age where I could start buying my own music, this was current and it was my favorite album. I have since had the opportunity to work for Public Enemy. I toured on the Hip Hop Gods tour and the Kings of the Mic tour with them. Got to tell Gary G. Wiz, thank you for producing my favorite album of all time. And you know, shout outs to Chuck and Flav. They're great people. This copy here is another one I got off eBay in the late 2000s that I paid the ungodly amount of $40 for at the time. Now I do have another copy. I have the reissue, the green vinyl, which is the one I play when I'm playing it. But this is an OG, and it still has the 1398 sticker on
mm,
it, so that cracks me up. Those
mm.
were the days.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah.
but yeah, my love of Public Enemy, and I'm a hip hop head at heart. Uh, so I finally saw them for the first time in 2002, one of my favorite concerts. It was with Dilated Peoples and Black Alicious and the Impossibles, who featured C-Doc, who I know
Mm,
you're familiar with.
mm,
Um, one of the best shows I ever saw. Met Chuck D, met Professor Griff there, and actually met C-Doc for the first time there, I believe.
mm,
Uh, and I mean, Nation of Millions would probably be number six on my list,
Mm,
but this is the album that really uh, brought me into Public Enemy, and I learned a lot from it. Just the politics,
hmm.
and I'm still trying to fight the good fight, the little I can do,
Yeah,
and this was one of the inspirations.
that's awesome.
Yeah,
All right, cool. Well, Kel, I want to thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it. Can you let
thank
the
you.
people know, of course, let the people know one more time on Blue Sky where they can find you.
Blue Sky, LEKDROL at dot Blue Sky. That is Lord Kel spelled backwards.
Nice. All right, cool. I appreciate your time, sir. We'll talk soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
honored.
Appreciate it. Have a good one.
You too.
Thanks.